Good, glorious afternoon, Santa Clarita and surrounding areas. Hey, if you're around there and you're not from Santa Clarita, why don't you join us? I feel good today, and I'm sure Dr. Jenkins does too. He'll be able to ring in on that one. This is Dr. Judith Curts. I am the psychotherapist, clinical sexologist, and I am with Dr. Gregory Jenkins, who is a medical doctor, well respected in this area and surrounding areas too. We're feeling really good today, and we want to invite you into our offices. That's what this show is about. Come into our offices. Ask us anything you want. Learn anything that you really have questions about, and please call us at 661-298-5487, and we will get you in. Right, Dr. Jenkins?
That's right, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Kurtz. We're gonna be here today talking about anything you want, so just feel free to call in and give us your first name, and we'll try to help you with any problems you have. Now, we're on this show every Wednesday at 2 o'clock, so if you missed something today, you can call back in, or you can watch it on the YouTube. So, Dr. Kurtz, what should we talk about today?
Well, one thing I'd like to go back to, Cindy called us last week. And by the way, you don't have to give us your real first name if you don't want to. Make something up. We don't care. We just want the information to go out. But Cindy called us last week with a wonderful concern, and you asked her to call back. So, Cindy, if you are out there, please call us back. We gave you some ideas and some things to do, and we want to know if it's helping you. So please call back. One thing that I wanted to mention, we have this really fun James Brown song that comes on saying, "I feel good." And I was looking up 92 songs out of the top 100 are about sexuality. So what does that tell us? That tells us that we're all interested in our country about sexuality, and we buy the songs. So I just thought that was interesting, and yet we know so little. So I just want to get information out. Anything that you want to know, it's not taboo. If it is, we'll cut you off and we'll call you privately, so don't worry about that. Just please get into us. And then anything medically, physically that you'd like to talk to Dr. Jenkins about, please call us.
Yes, Dr. Kurtz, thank you again. Yeah, certainly call us, please, and I can answer questions regarding metabolism, medical problems that can cause intimacy issues, medical problems that can cause fatigue, medical problems that cause the lack of concentration, and medical problems that can cause depression. So please call us, and we'll try to answer your questions on the phone right now. If not, we can talk to you privately later. So please give us a call, and Dr. Kurtz, what should we talk about today?
Food,
Perfect.
Diet. At this point, I think we can talk about a lot of things, but one thing that we touched on last week, this is a diet-centered culture, and there's so many different diets, and everybody has the right idea of what we should eat to look good and have the abs, and I heard that abs start in the kitchen, that we should eat the right foods, and then we get these great abs. I think we have to work out a little and sweat some too, unfortunately. But you were talking about metabolism, and that hit with me. So I'm wondering what kind of foods make us feel better. I just ate a fattening lunch. I have to admit it. And after that, you feel kind of sluggish and ugh. So if you're going to be with a partner, what do you want to eat? So you'll have enough energy, but you'll have good metabolism, and you won't have that feeling of being stuffed full. You know what I mean out there. Come on, folks. Let's admit it. We all eat bad sometimes.
That's right. You're right. The as far as foods go, before romantic loving, it's usually you have to have something that's not going to make you tired. And typically, what makes people tired is a carbohydrate-laden meal. So if you just have potatoes and French fries and dessert, you're not going to be perky afterwards, but you're going to have some kind of protein substance. And like if you go for dinner, you order a steak and potato, change that potato to cottage cheese or tomatoes, and those things will work together really well so that you're not fatigued for anything that you eat. Because I'm sure plenty of you have had the 10 o'clock drowsies. You go to work and you had a big bowl of cereal before work, and you get there and you maybe have a donut or something like that, and then you start getting really tired. So try to think about the protein in your body and how you should take more of that so you feel better.
So if I'm running out the door and I really am not fixing breakfast, can I get by with a high protein bar? Good one, not the candy bars.
Yeah, protein bars or protein. People always eat carbohydrates for breakfast, but really we should have protein. So you can have protein meals, protein drinks. You can have, sliced like turkey and some cheese or some eggs even. They're all high protein areas, so you probably could try something like that. You'd be better off. And it would if you weren't happy about your weight. You're going to start losing weight by doing that.
Thank you. We all need to know that. I always say take the Twinkie out of your hand if you want to get slim and trim, but how many of us will do that? I don't know.
That's right.
And I'm not sure. It sounds like we have a call, but I'm not sure yet.
I think we're going to have one.
So we're waiting.
Put our headphones on here.
So who do we have on the line? This is Dr. Kurtz and Dr. Jenkins. Hello?
Well, we're going to try it again in a moment. Maybe she'll call back or he'll call back.
Do you want me to call you, Dr. Jenkins? Or you can call
That'd be great.
me. Please call us back.
That'd be great. Thank you. Oh, we're back to it.
So yesterday, I was in I was in Beverly Hills at my Beverly Hills office, and did a TV show on libido, and it was with a doctor who does shows on anti-aging. So that was kind of fun. Libido, anti-aging, they really go together well. And I think now we're getting it together on the phone. And we have Sam. Hello, Sam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am so well, and I feel good. How about you, Dr. Jenkins?
I'm feeling good. It's not too hot in the studio right now. That's good.
What's going on, Sam?
I had a question regarding diet and pregnancy. I'm 10 weeks pregnant, and I wanted to know how many additional calories you're really supposed to be eating to maintain a healthy diet and stuff like that.
Well, while you're pregnant, you should try to get in 3,000 calories a day. Because, the old saying goes, you're eating for two, but the 3,000 calories cannot be a box of cheese candy, but it has to be a mixed food like I just was speaking about. You have to have some protein in there because the baby that's growing in there needs protein.
Okay, so how much protein should I be eating a day then?
30 grams.
30 grams of protein.
At least 30 grams of protein.
Okay, and then I've heard that sushi isn't good for you. What's the issue with that?
There's sometimes parasites in that can cause problems for you while you're pregnant. So it's best to stay away from any of the raw foods while you're pregnant.
Okay, are there any other foods that you should be avoiding or eating more of?
Usually the iron-rich foods is what you'd want to take. And then, are you taking a B12 vitamin or a folate vitamin now from your doctor?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to help you quite a bit because what happens when there's folate deficiency in mothers, then there's brain damage to the baby. And it's not really brain damage, but it does have what they call where they have a open spine. So instead of the spine closing around the spinal cord, it's open. So it's open to the air, and eventually the baby passes away. So you have to eat your vitamins. I'm sure you have maternal vites. And take those and take your folate vitamin, and also make sure you get enough protein every day.
Okay, I will do that. Thank you so much for all of your help.
All right, thanks for calling.
You have a great day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Sam. It is about food, isn't it? A lot of things that, for a while I thought, well, food can't be everything, but it seems like it is. It's a lot more important than we realize, and there's out there, it seems that there are a lot of opportunities to not eat well with our lifestyle. We're rushing here and rushing there, so it's so easy to go through a drive-through or to grab this or to grab that. So having a busy lifestyle, what do you think we should be, putting in our pockets or our purses or our briefcases? What should we have when we're in a meeting and we can't get away, or there's junk being served or fattening things? What what would be a good idea for us to have that'll get us through an afternoon or a morning?
Well, there's always, at meetings, there's always, early morning meetings usually have some kind of carbohydrate, which I was speaking against recently, a few minutes ago. You're going to have to sometimes carry your own protein with you. For lunches and stuff, there's usually almost always a protein there. There's always vegetables, so you can do that. But it takes a long time for you to figure out what's good for you. And if you're a fast food person, then you have to go to each fast food store, get a list of all the calories that are in everything and how much protein there is and how much carbohydrate, and you want to find what's healthy for you. So if you for example Taco Bell, the thing that's the very best for you if you're hungry is the chicken soft tacos. Those are mostly all protein and they're really healthy for you. And if you go to McDonald's, the only thing that's really healthy for you is the Chinese chicken salad with non-fat dressing. So as you start learning the things with, I'm in a hurry, so I'm going to go through Taco Bell, so I'm going to get a couple chicken soft tacos, and then you'll stop being better. Many times when I talk to patients, I tell them, food is medicine, and just think it's medicine, and you're going to make yourself better by taking certain kinds of medicines. So little by little, you'll take their journey, and you'll start figuring out what works best for you. Unfortunately, some people have food allergies, and they can't eat everything that we can eat. So you'll have to keep looking and looking until you find what's on your recipe.
That sounds great. I mean, it's good information. Today, we hear a lot about the paleo diet, what the people years ago in the Stone Age used to eat, and that's what we should be eating. And it's a lot of meat, but it's also a lot of protein, isn't it?
That's right. It's a paleo diet is mostly protein foods and vegetables. And in prehistoric time, when people were trying to kill a buffalo or a cow, I guess, if they had back then, they needed food, and then as they ran out of food, their bodies would shut down. And the same thing happens with us, is that if you go into a fast that's too harsh and you're not putting food in there, you're going to have to supplement the food. So what happens? Your body shuts down, your metabolism shuts down, and you can't lose any weight. The body's telling you not to lose any more weight because you're not going to function. But I think we have another caller here. Hello?
Hello?
You're on the air.
Hi, I have a question. My partner says he doesn't like it when I use sex toys when we are being intimate. He says it's not healthy and it makes him feel like he's not good enough for me.
Oh, okay.
Can I get some advice on that?
You absolutely can. I think probably from both of us. Sex toys are very common today, and that's one of the myths, is that, and especially men think that it's a replacement for them. It is not. It's added in if you want to when you're together, or when you're by yourself. It even revs up your libido more, so you're feeling sexier and feeling better about it. The one thing, though, about sex toys is you have to keep them clean. You can get the little wipes or something in the drugstore just to keep them clean. So once you've used them, before you use them, make sure that they're clean. And hopefully, they're in the same relationship. If there's another one, especially keep them clean. But sex toys are for fun. They add to relationships, and it shouldn't be anything against the male ego at all. It adds to it. And, women's sexuality is very different from men's. I will say that all the time. So if he can learn what pleases you, and that maybe toys can be helpful, you'll have a lot more time, more fun together in bed, and you'll want to be with him more. And isn't that win-win?
Yeah, exactly.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, definitely. I just don't know how to go about talking to him about this.
Well, I'll give you some scientific advice here. This is Dr. Jenkins again. What happens with when mothers are delivering babies, and they put out a hormone called oxytocin, and the oxytocin is important in intimacy. That's why you can bond with your baby so easily. So what happens with adults is that when we have orgasms, we produce oxytocin. So oxytocin is important for intimacy and bonding. So I think your boyfriend should learn that anytime you two are together and you have orgasms, that's going to make you more intimate in the future, and it make you much more bonded.
And you know what else you can do? You can listen, have your boyfriend listen to us. This is being recorded, and you can go on the website KHTS, your hometown station, and you can listen to us, the past podcasts, and just turn it on anytime. So he'll get that information directly from us, from a physician and a certified sex therapist. So hopefully he'll listen, and you'll be a lot more appreciative, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's great advice. I'll actually try that tomorrow with him.
Okay, well, you don't have to wait.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you for calling.
Have fun.
Hello, do we have one more caller here? Hello?
Hi, you're on the air. Well, you used to be on the air. You had a chance. Call us back.
2 minutes.
So I think talking about sex toys, I know that used to be such a no-no to talk about, but they're everywhere. People use them if they're helpful and they give you pleasure and no one gets hurt and you're all for it. It isn't anything about the ego. I think it just adds to the fun. And when you're in a long-term relationship, sometimes you do have to spice it up a little bit, and why not do that? You know, you can even role play some, and you know, somebody can be the fireman and somebody can be the lady in distress. I mean, who knows? Your mind can work all kinds of wonderful stories that you can act out. But only talk about it when you're dressed.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, this is Dr. Jenkins. Who's this?
Oh, hi, Doc. My name's Fred from Tahunga.
Fred from Tahunga. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got some issues I think both of you can help me with. And part of them is I read too much. And I was just reading about a situation that kind of mimics my life. And that is that an average man gets sex 40 times a year. And I'm thinking I'm going to have a heck of a December. Is there some certain vitamins or something that I should take that time of the year?
Well, especially in the winter, you mean?
Yeah.
Or any time. Well, what happens, there's vitamins that you can take, and there's also prescription medicines you can take. As far as the vitamins go, it's the male, like the men's health formula that have it. And they have things like nitric acid in it. They have prostate reducing, size reducing medicines. Those all will help you, and they all will work within an hour.
Oh, I don't need anything to reduce size.
Okay, perfect. I'm not talking about size. I'm just talking about that things are working well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know, you have a ready partner. Do you have a ready partner?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Then as far as you're talking about medicines like Viagra, etc. Also, have you talked about those?
Or vitamins.
The vitamins. Yeah.
How about my sleep pattern? It's 40 times in a month. I'm going to get exhausted.
Yeah. Well, you have until the end of the year.
Well, he's saying December is going to be a big time for him.
Busy.
If it's 40 times. Hey, Fred, listen. What bothers me too, I'm glad you read. I don't think anybody can read too much. But this 40 times a year, like that's a rule. Well, that's going to be different for a man 21 years old and then a man 61 years old. It's going to be very different. And the important thing is, how often do you want to have sex? What works for you? Some people are happy with twice a month. Some are happy with twice a week. I mean, it's really what's going to make you happy and not trying to compete with the average man, because I don't know who the average man is. But you need to be the happy boy.
Oh, I'm a giver.
Okay. Well, I think
good.
Well, that should make your partner very happy and very willing. So, are you complaining about the 40 times, or?
No, I'm just worried about December.
Well, it's a gifting.
So
It's a gifting time.
Should I just get off the program and get plenty of sleep?
Well, you have to be rested to have good sex. So if you're doing anything that keeps you awake, you shouldn't plan on having sex until you're fully rested.
And take care of yourself. You know, do whatever you have to do to take care of yourself to keep you productive and exciting and mentally stimulating. Take care of yourself.
But you remember,
Okay.
remember 40 times a year is just less than once per week.
Yeah, but as I said, it looks like I'm going to have a big December.
Okay, well, that's good for you.
Okay, well, I appreciate your show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey,
Bye-bye.
Fred, thanks for calling.
Okay, bye-bye.
All righty, bye-bye. So I'm glad, that Fred called in and people are calling in and just asking questions or making comments, whatever you want to do. Make sure it's right for our show. That's fine. We'll tell you if it isn't. But, keep calling in and listening to us and coming into our offices. You're on KHTS, your hometown station.